Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahshua, Bashem Harakal Dominus the elder apostles of Great Millstone, the roll wall, and Shalom to the brothers doing the work of Syrian truth, pushing his word to the four corners. Saw this, video talking about this trailer, and it was interesting because, again, you have the whole domestic tea era, the domestic tea, like kind of being pushed, and it's something that has been mentioned a lot from like post 2020. Over here, I remember over here in the UK, it was from the there was the Jo Cox situation where she got like brains blown out, like just in public. So from there over here, it's been a thing. And then with with the states, it's been ramped up, especially since the whole what is it? Not January. What, January 6th? Yeah. So I think I'll just play it, and then I'll chat about it as it goes on.
Hey kids, come on.
What's she looking at?
She's working.
She's working? I thought this was a no-work weekend, Mom. It's gonna be a coordinated mass attack. Locked and loaded.
Yeah, they got the WhatsApp on there. Funny enough.
It's gonna be a coordinated mass attack. Locked and loaded and planned for months. The hunt has begun.
Discord. Yeah. So they're already putting it there. So unseen heroes protect us. And the thing with that as well is like that whole, representation of like, oh, the reason why, they need to be going through your data, the reason why they need to be doing these things is because what do you call it? They're doing it because, it's justified as far as to to protect you. And that was what was it, the NSA, the National Security Agency, when it said, oh, they're spying on American citizens. You had what was it, Edward Snowden coming out to bring those things out. Those things were being, it's already been said like, oh, it's being done for the greater good. And that's the thing is with these kinds of incidents, it's like if something pops off, then anytime something pops off, they can then bring in further police powers, further legislation, these things, and then push forward and then kind of do more. I'll play some more.
What are you doing?
What was it, between 1994 and what, 2020? In 2020, yeah, they said there was 893 attacks.
What
So
are
the
you
thing
doing
with this
now?
as well is like, it's obviously feeding into the real life aspect of it, where you're watching it, you're meant to then think like, oh, okay, damn, what, and the thing with this is ultimately, well, it's evidently gonna be pushed onto to brothers. We know that through prophecy.
All day. All night sometimes.
I track people who are planning attacks. My job is pretending to think like them, to stop those people from doing really bad things.
FBI, on your knees!
That's why we call her the Savant. Snipers, bombings, ambushes.
That's looking like
We're on the verge of serious violence. I've been watching him for a year and a half. He's
because that's the whole angle as well, is and that's why it's like having man like well, that's angle for, the police to come down with force. And it's funny because you have as well under Trump, like the recent push has been getting a national guard, getting the military entwined with, the police forces. So the military's, basically partaking, and it's come off the back of what, protecting ICE agents. And then you had I remember those articles. I didn't read it. I saw the headline though, saying that ICE agents are being unmasked by AI. So if it goes to fucking hell, if it goes to what the fuck, to online, where it's like people are trying to dox them, get their info and whatnot, then these things trying to dox them and whatnot, then these things are what do you call it? It's that's where they're looking to escalate towards, where it's like, okay, we're gonna have certain teams up going into information, and then laws being passed like the Child Safety Act and whatnot. They then could have like Internet Safety Act or something, where they're like, okay, we're gonna have for you to engage in certain kinds of social media or whatnot, you then need to plug in your ID, plug in certain details, so you can kind of track your account back to you.
Recruiting for something. I don't know what it is, but it's massive.
This guy isn't just planning violence. He's out to make a statement.
What kind of a statement?
And obviously, it's the imagery they're using is like Proud Boys or that kind of right wing militia groups, which they're as far as really existed, like they don't really exist as far as like what they're presenting. But then these are things that you never know where it could kind
Find that history refers to with a month and a date. Innocent Americans are going to die.
We need to infiltrate further.
I don't think you should keep
infiltrating as well. So that's the angle as well, is like she's going in there pretending to be one of them and showing up, so agents, and these are things that they do. It's kind of known. There's all kinds of stings that will happen where they'll just kind of be like cops getting involved, and all them things. I just think these things are all going to be turned into brothers. But it's
this.
Listen to me. They have photos of your family.
You think if you engage with terrible things, you're daring even worse things to happen.
But it's feeding into the whole current climate of like online, where it's like online you're meant to be like, oh, there's all these kinds of groups. The buzzword like for the last like 5-6 years was like incels, so incel violence, blah blah blah, incels this that. But then as far as with that, it's like you had one guy kind of do a thing. Was it Elliot Rogers, and then after that, like it was spoken about. People were like, ooh, it's gonna be this, gonna be, but then you obviously didn't really have it, because like that one guy was fucking, a lot of these things, it's like it might be one guy that's like fucking whacked out of his mind. It's very rarely you're gonna kind of have it where it's a formulated thing. But then this is feeding into building a narrative. So coming against groups and then just coming down like a ton of bricks and being like, okay, well, we justified sending the military and to go smash some heads, and that's Trump's doing that anyway. So that's later in the month. But that's I saw that, I was like, it's an interesting little thing, because as far as with it very much it feeds into what the kind of mindset, the look, they things they're trying to get people thinking or fearful of, to where they can justify expanding police powers, expanding the role of what do you call it? Expanding police powers and expanding what laws and things can be justified, because it will be what for your protection. Second Esdras 15 and 14 says, "What woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands." And yeah, you're gonna have that rebellion, that resistance. That's, prophecy says so. It's the word's gone out. It's gonna be fulfilled. But then obviously with a part of that, the order of chaos is that chaos that then lets them come in with further force, and that's really the true angle of what they're doing with it. Because it's what, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So yeah, cities being locked down, sedition among men, warfare, and then not regarding the authorities. These all things, it's all things they're doing. It's like what those so-called resistance groups they're making a show about. Those those groups, rebellious. He was rebellion groups. They're pushing that whole vibration, and it's something probably check the show out when it comes out, just to kind of see what they're doing in it. Obviously seems more, it's like it's going to be right wing, but then a lot of times they'll put in like the Christianity or whatnot, because they're going to come after the Bible in general, because that's something that they can try and push to be like, okay, well they're taking it a bit too far or something like this. There's ways they can then just try and shift it to direct it at brothers. But we'll see, man. But yeah, just a quick one. Shalom.